Hi, it's Mark. I'm here with Bernie Pawlik, Pawlik Automotive in Vancouver, Vancouver's best auto service experience. We're talking cars. How you doing, Bernie?
Doing very well.
So today's guest is an EV, a 2023 Mercedes EQE. What was happening with this vehicle?
Yeah, this vehicle came in for service at about just under 60,000 kilometers and it was due for a maintenance service. Warning on the dash, due for maintenance. So we did a service on it.
And was there anything in particular that needed to be, what's unique about this vehicle in terms of EVs?
It's a Mercedes. It's high end. It's an SUV. It's Mercedes quality. It's a pretty amazing vehicle. I'd say there's a lot of high end EVs. As far as the SUVs, it's pretty up there. Very nice vehicle for sure.
Oh, let's go to some pictures and see this beauty. Is that
There's our
EQE?
car. Pretty decent looking vehicle. Got a nice pop in and out door handles too. That's another kind of cool feature.
You mentioned something about this vehicle that's unique with the hood. What
Oh
was
yeah,
that?
well, since they were ever built and they had hoods, they always have a release on the outside or a cable you pull from the inside to pop the hood. This one, it does have a cable, but it's not accessible to the user. There's a cover you have to remove. And then the cable doesn't actually have a lever on the end like a normal hood release. You just pull on the cable end and that pops the hood open. The idea is there's nothing under the hood for the owner to look at. There's no reason for the owner to ever look under the hood. We'll show you a picture in a minute, but even the window washer fluid is actually filled from the outside of the car, which is kind of cool.
So they don't want you messing around with anything in there, and there's no frunk, in other
There's no
words.
frunk. Yeah, there's enough room to put a small one in, but yeah, they don't want anyone messing around. And I guess from a technician point of view, it's kind of handy because if you need to do any repairs or servicing, you don't have to remove all those covers like you do on most other vehicles with a frunk.
Yeah, the one on my car is very small.
Yeah, it's not a huge amount of room. So, anyways, on the service, we do a full comprehensive inspection catered to an EV, which is pretty much the same as an internal combustion engine vehicle. But there's things we obviously don't look at, like engine oil and things. But there are fluids that we inspect and make sure they're clean and full. And part of it is also do a scan on the vehicle computer system, see if there's any fault codes. This is a scan of the vehicle. It's called a topology scan. It basically shows all the different modules and how they're linked to each other on various networks. So there's a lot of them in this vehicle. All the green ones are good. The gray ones are not part of the vehicle, and the orange ones have at least one stored trouble code. And none of the codes there are of any issue. We just clear them afterwards. It's a Mercedes, it's a German car. They set codes for if the wind blows the wrong direction. I like to say there'll be a code stored for something, but only if there's a problem that we really need to worry about them.
What are we looking at here?
Yeah, so here's our comprehensive inspection report that we send off to the client. And basically, on the right-hand side, we have a few red items. The tires were in bad shape on this vehicle and needed to be replaced, like really bad. There's a few orange items, and I don't have my reading glasses on. It's kind of small, but there's a few items that might need some service or just notes that we make, and then the rest of the items in green. You have to hit a button. You can open them and look at all the other items we looked at that are checked out fine.
The orange ones are like replace the wiper blades, replace the cabin air filter, leaks are minimal, etc. Rear struts, watch, got to be careful, pay attention to the rear struts. A vehicle like this is fairly heavy, is that right?
Very heavy. Yeah. Probably, I would guess 1,000 pounds more than a gasoline motor model, maybe even more, depending on the size of the battery pack. I don't know what the size of the battery pack in this, but it's probably substantial based on all the luxury features of the car.
Yeah, it's probably at least 100 kilowatt.
At least 100, yeah, for sure. And we did actually replace the wipers and also replace the cabin air filters as part of the service. Flush the brake fluid. And we did a brake service as well, where we actually take the brake pads off, clean them, lubricate the sliding points. Because if you don't do that, they eventually seize up, the rust and corrosion builds up. And then you have to do a brake job sooner than you need to. So good maintenance service. And here we're looking at a tire, a very bald tire.
How do you know it's bald? It looks like it's okay. There's a little bit of tread there. Let you get some more distance
Well,
of it,
those
can't you?
bars that go across the tire, you can see three lines in different spots. Those are tread wear bars. Yeah, you're marking them out. Those are flush with the actual tire tread, the longitudinal treads. And so that means the tires are worn out. You can also see on the left of this tire, there's a little red spot
Down here.
just in the top, actually.
Here.
Yeah, right there, a
So there
red
was a
spot. There was a screw in that tire as well, which is too close to the sidewall. You can't repair that. Yes, you can get a plug and just stuff it through and it's repaired, but it's not legally repairable. It's not good to repair it. It's not ethical, not legal.
If your tires are worn this far, this is bad.
This is
Can you
bad. Yeah,
say that?
exactly. Yeah. And we live in Vancouver where it rains a lot. And having good tires is important. And these tires were in fact so badly worn. What you're looking at on the right, that edge of the tire there is the actual cords of the tire, the belts of the tire showing through.
You hit the right pothole and your tire goes boom and you're in trouble.
Yeah, the next step with these tires is they basically blow up or gently blow up. So anyways, we did replace the tires as part of the service. So I mentioned about the washer fluid. This is how you fill the washer fluid. It's a little door on the side, on the driver's side. Once the vehicle is open, you can push on it and it pops open. You fill your washer fluid through there. You truly don't need to get under the hood for anything because there's no oil to check. There's no coolant to check. If you're getting under the hood, this is what you can see. This is a really wide angle shot, so it looks a little distorted, but there's 2 coolant reservoirs, and just underneath it, there's a lot of pipes, electrical modules, hoses. There's a battery. Actually, in the top left, there's a 12-volt battery up there. Yeah, it's a lot of plumbing, a lot of electrical items, electrical components, battery.
How are you going to get that 12-volt battery out of there?
Probably remove that big aluminum cross brace there, I think would be the way, and probably not that difficult. A little extra work.
Why is there coolant reservoirs? It's an EV.
Yeah, coolant's an important part of an EV. The batteries need to be kept at a certain temperature. The EV motors and the inverters need to all be kept at a certain temperature. Electrical items generate a lot of heat, so it needs to be dispersed. It's not like an internal combustion engine where there's so much heat. It's not that hot, but it still needs to be temperature controlled. Otherwise, the motors and inverters and things would just burn up. Same with the batteries too. They need to be kept at a proper temperature. So that involves a dance between heating and cooling, depending on what the temperature is outdoors.
And how was everything after everything was changed over with new tires, new wiper blades, new cabin air filter?
Yeah, great. Beautiful vehicle.
Good for another 60,000 kilometers.
Yep, exactly. Should be good. EVs are great until something goes wrong, and then they do cost an awful lot of money to fix. But fingers crossed, this one will be good. It's a beautiful car for sure.
So 58,000 kilometers, that's pretty decent life for these kind of high performance tires, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It's not bad life for a lot of tires. If you get 70 or 80 out of a set of tires, to me, that's really good. We work on lots of SUVs. I used to work on some Audi Q7s back when those cars first came out. Some of the tires would only last 30,000 kilometers and they'd wear out. So we're not even talking about the weight of an EV on those tires. They just wore out. And these are not cheap tires either, but actually this amount of mileage is not bad, but these are very expensive performance tires. There are lesser expensive alternatives that are good, but if you want to go with the OEM stuff, it's mucho bucks.
For LEP zeros like they use in Formula One.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. They're probably slightly different than Formula One.
I'm sure. A little bit smaller.
Yeah, size is definitely smaller. Yeah. And there's probably a little more tread on these than the Formula Ones.
So you drove this vehicle around the block in your test drive. What did you think?
Oh, it's great. I love it. It's beautiful. Yeah. It's very nice. If I was going for an EV and money was no object, I would like it.
If you're looking for service for your EV, Mercedes, or any make and model of EV, the people to see in Vancouver, BC, Canada are Pawlik Automotive. You can reach them online at pawlikautomotive.com. You can book your appointment right there, or you can call them at 604-327-7112. They'll find out what's going on with your vehicle. They'll give you a quick idea, get ready for your appointment. You have to book ahead, though. They're always busy. Pawlik Automotive in Vancouver, BC, Canada. Thanks so much for watching and listening. Thanks, Bernie.
Thank you, Mark. Thanks for watching.